Hello students, today we are going to start a new practical of that is study of mitosis using the onion. For this what you need to do is that you need to take some onions, and this end from where the adventitious that is the roots they come out, that surface you have to first clean it. That is the dry your roots you have to remove, and then you have to take a container like this and fill it with sand. Sand is porous, so root formation will take place very good in sand, and you have to sprinkle some water so that the sand becomes moist. Now this onion upside down, that means the place from where the root will develop, that you have to put it inside the sand. Okay, inside the sand. Now we have with us our Shumanta uncle, who is going to perform this thing. Okay, he is going to put all the onions inside this container, and this way we have to keep it undisturbed for at least 7 days, and we have to regularly sprinkle water in it. Okay, after 7 days when we will take out, we will find that fine root tips have come out, and then we will learn the mitosis using the root tips of onion. So after 7 days, now you can see that in the container in which we had kept the onions 7 days before, shoot has grown up. As well as you can see that I will focus you that 1 or 2 onions roots also, you can see that the roots have grown so well in the sand. Okay, and now with us we have our Shumanta uncle. Now he is going to take out one of the onion from this setup to show you that how the root tips will appear after 7 days. So the roots, as you can see, so well they have grown that it is has to be very cautiously you have to take out the roots from the sand, or else the roots will tear. Okay, now you can see that how well the roots have grown. Now since it is filled with sand, you can see it closely, it is filled with sand, so we have to first wash it in untapped water, and then we will make it ready for our experiment. So the dirt has to be removed properly. There should not be any sand particles or any impurities. The next step after washing the roots, as you can see that how well the roots have grown, what we have to do is that with the help of a scissor we have to cut the root tips. Very small pieces we have to take out, only the tips we have to take out for the study of mitosis from the onion root. So this way from every single root you have to take out the root tip carefully, and by the time I will show you the things which is required for this experiment to be done, you need ethanol, you need a funnel, you need beaker, then you need a spatula, you need a spirit lamp, then you need dilute HCl, acetic acid, you need dropper, then you need a measuring cylinder, then acetocarmine, which is the stain to be used to study the mitosis, then test tube stand with test tubes, petri dish in which the root tips are taken, and it has to be actually fixed. Then we have the matchbox, cover slip, slide, a brush, a small dropper, a watch glass, and of course you need a dissection box in which there will be the different things which is required, and this one is your filter paper which is used for filtering after the thing is getting boiled into the solution. After cutting the root tip, now what we have to do is that in this measuring cylinder we have to take alcohol. Okay, and this one is your acetic acid. Now acetic acid and alcohol should be in the ratio of 1:3. Okay, that means if you are taking 1 proportion of acetic acid, then 3 proportion of your alcohol you have to take, and you have to put it into this petri dish which is containing the root tips. Similarly, we have to take the acetic acid which is in the, I told you that it is in the ratio of 1:3, that means ethanol will be 3 and acetic acid will be your 1, and now we are going to place it in the petri dish which is containing the root tips. Okay, and now we will cover it with this lid and wait for some time. Okay, at least we have to cover it and wait for half an hour to 1 hour, and then we will be doing the next part of the experiment. So after an hour, half an hour, or 1 hour, next step what we are going to do is that we will take a test tube and we will fix it with a test tube holder, and now what we need is we need our dilute HCl. Okay, we need dilute HCl. So for this we have to actually boil these root tips which have been fixed here in this acetic acid and ethanol in the ratio of 1:3. So we will pour some of the dilute HCl in this measuring cylinder, and now we are going to transfer this into our test tube, and now we will open up the petri dish in which we have kept this root tips, and now with the help of a brush, as because if you will use needle to pick up the root tips, it may damage the root tips. So you have to transfer them into this container which is containing the HCl. Okay, likewise you have to take up the different root tips. Try to take at least 3 to 4 root tips, because if one is damaged then you can use the others, or else it can be a problem that in examination you have just 3 hours time, and if you are doing it with one root tip, if the root tip is spoiled, then you may not be able to continue with your experiment. So here you can see in this test tube at least 3-4 root tips have been there, and now we will be just slightly warming it. We will not be boiling it in the spirit lamp, okay, so that we will simmer it, so that the root tips which are white in color now gradually will turn out translucent in color. Okay. Now if you hold it, now you see it has almost turned to be somewhat translucent. Now the next step which we are going to do is that we will keep it aside, and in the meantime with the help of this filter paper we are going to make a paper cup, so that when we are now going to decant off this thing which we have just now boiled in HCl into this funnel, and then we can collect the root tips, and then we will be doing the next part of the experiment. So as you can see, now I have made this paper cup and I have inserted into this funnel. Now the next step which I am going to do is that I will be taking up this solution, that is dilute HCl containing the root hair tips which have just become translucent after heating it over the flame, and I will be transferring it into this paper cup. Okay, slowly and gradually I will be transferring it into the paper cup. Okay, and the next step which will be there is that now since we have heated this, or rather we have just warmed it into this HCl, that is the living tissues. So next step what we need to do is that with the help of a dropper we will be taking some water and we will be doing kind of wash, give to this root tips before we transfer them into the clean slide, and then stain it with that of the acetocarbon. Okay, so let us wait for some time till it gets filtered. Now in the meantime I have kept this slides ready. Now one of the slides I will be taking, and with the help of again dropper, and this is actually the stain which is used to color the chromosomes, because you cannot color chromosomes with the help of the normal safranin or methylene blue. You need to have acetocarmine solution. Okay, so this is acetocarmine solution, it is red in color, and now we will be placing 1 drop of acetocarmine solution into the center of this clean test that is slide. Okay, so 1 or 2 drop is enough. And now again with the help of a art brush we are going to take out one of the root tips. It's not that just we are going to use a needle or any other, you know, scalpel or any forceps to take out the root tips, as because we have already you know, warmed them, so they have become somewhat very delicate. So that's the reason why we have to be very careful in transferring it. So here I have transferred one of the root tips in the center of the slide, you can see it, and it is in the acetocarmine solution. So again, if you want, you can put 1 drop of more acetocarmine solution for a better coloring of the chromosome. Okay, now we have to wait, and you can air dry it, or you can do one thing, is that over the flame you can just heat fix it for once or twice. Okay, you should not dry it up, rather you just immediately move the slide over the flame. Okay, very cautiously, so that the specimen does not get dried up. And now the next thing which we are going to do is that we have to take a cover slip. Now this is the cover slip, and take one of the cover slip, and now with the help of a needle you have to place the cover slip, okay, over this specimen. Okay, now next thing what you have to do is that this is the blunt end of the needle and this is the pointed end of the needle. So with the help of the blunt end of the needle, you have to just press this root tip, okay, inside the slide. You have to squash it, rather you have to, you know, do it in such a manner that the entire tissue gets disrupted, and all the cells which are containing the nucleus and inside it the chromosome can be visible under the microscope when you see it. Now the next thing which you need is of course a blotting paper, because you have to clean the slide properly before seeing it under the compound microscope. If you are not doing so, then in that case it will be a problem with the microscopic lens. It may become permanently damaged. So you have to be very careful while you are preparing a slide to be, you know, seen under the microscope. So your slide is ready with the whitish thing which you can see in the center, that is actually your specimen, and some extra stain I can still see, so let us clean that also. So now it's ready to be observed under the microscope. So let us proceed towards the microscope. I have set up this microscope and I have adjusted the light. You can see in the microscope there are two lenses, two objectives. This one is the 10x and this one is the 40x. So at first I am going to set up in the 10x. So after setting it into the microscope, at first we have to adjust it in 10x, that is the low power, and then we will be adjusting into the high power with the help of the, that is your fine adjustment. So when we focus it under the microscope, the kind of cells which we will be observing will look somewhat like this.